Hey guys, what's up? It's Merc here for Bullshit Games, and we didn't have a quest for gaming at college this week because I'm on spring break, not at college. So obviously the D&D game and the Dark Heresy game aren't going on. However, I took the time of not having really anything to do because I took the week off from work too. I just kind of wanted to unwind and center a little bit before going back for the last push to finish this semester. So I unwound and relaxed by painting some Dystopian Wars. This is my Russians. It's not all of them, but it's all that I had undercoated and primed because it's been way too cold to prime outside, which means I have another battleship. I have a unit of the Tambov gunships. I have the, I think, Radinsky repair ship, and I have a Moskva and another battleship. I might have already said I had another battleship that need to be undercoated and then painted. So this is the battle group kind of currently as it stands painted wise. They did not turn out the way I had originally intended. I was going to go for white hulls instead of the... It's a really dark gray, which I'm sure this camera is slightly poor quality, and the lighting will make them look black, which they do kind of look black if you just look at them real quick, but they are very dark gray. So I ended up doing a dark gray and red color scheme with brass and a really nice metal color from Privateer Press called Pig Iron, which I did all my turret barrels and all my like engine ports and some of the exhaust pipes in that. I guess I give you the colors I use. They're all Privateer Press P3 paints. The main hull is Iron Hull Gray, and where the gray is, I started with Iron Hull Gray, I washed with Armor Wash, and then I dry brushed it with Bastion Gray. Now, the red, I started with Majestic Magenta, which was a little pinkish. Then I washed it with red ink. Then I went back and I dry brushed it with Cawdor Highlight, or Cawdor Red Highlight, and it gave it that nice, not pink color. The details are the brass is a paint called Brass Balls, and the metal is Pig Iron. Some of the random things, like the yellow was the yellow base from Privateer Press, which I can't remember off the top of my head, and the Hearthfire or Hearthfire, I'm going to say yellow, was a dry brush that I did, yellow ink. And the planes, which I'll give you a close-up, that was just Battlefield green ink, dry brushed with a brighter green. I don't know if I'll be able to show it off on the camera here, but on my flyers, since they're kind of breaking the laws of physics as we know it, I wanted to paint the engines and give them kind of a sci-fi-y look, so I hit them after I did the Pig Iron and the Armor Wash. I washed them with turquoise ink as well. I might go back and dry brush them with a brighter blue, and then do a real light dry brush with like a brighter white to maybe try to make like a glowing effect. Not sure yet. That's kind of big league stuff, and I'm not a big league painter at all at this point. I will point out there are two of these. I only have one showing right now, and there's two of these, and there's 5 more of these little guys. But I just kind of wanted to give you an idea. This is what I've been doing. It was roughly 3-4 days. I mean, I worked on it Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. 3 days. I did this in 3 days. It's not the best. There are spots where colors need touched up. Part of the problem with that was the red base I used didn't want to cover up anything that was darker than itself, so that made it a little rough with the ablative patches. But enough talking. I'll give you guys some close-ups now of what I got going on here. Hopefully Like I said, I'm not a master painter by any means. I haven't... Outside of the few Aleph models I showed off earlier in our channel, and a bunch of Uncharted Seas fleets, I haven't really painted much of anything in my gaming career, because up until recently, and it was mostly playing GW games, I just didn't feel an urge to paint anything that I had. I think it's because there was just so many of the same guy, and I just didn't feel as invested in the game as I do the games I'm playing now. But anyway, here's a close-up of... This is a Russian frigate. You can kind of see what I was going for there. Again, the quality, I apologize, is not the best, but I don't have our high-definition camera, and it doesn't work on my laptop anyway. This is the Bomber. But you can kind of see that blue glow I was talking about that I tried to do there. That's the front. I'm not sure if I want to try... that's a pretty good picture of how it looks. I'm not sure how I want to do anything else with those or not. I do want to do a little bit more with them, but I'm not sure what. This will kind of show the point I was trying to make of the red not wanting to cover up other colors. Here's a picture of the front of it. This is the Russian medium sky ship. And again, hopefully maybe, yep, it'll show off sort of what I was trying to go for with the kind of like cold blue metal glowy engines on those. So those are what my frigates and the flyers that I ended up doing look like. Now, I will say the cruisers, I was just amazed at how the dry brushing worked for me. Like I said, from the early attempts of my painting, I've improved greatly, and I feel a lot more comfortable showing off what I've done and knowing that gaming with these models. There you have my my cruisers. Now they do not have any of that blue on them. Like I said, you can see some of the spots where I need to put more paint, but overall I'm pretty happy. And like I said, there's that dry brushing on the side that really makes it look more in depth, more depth to it, I guess. Now this is the aircraft carrier. Which again, you can see that bleed of the non-red. Here's my tiny flyers. I gotta paint the cockpits on them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave them that green or dry brush them another color over top. One thing I will say I really like that turned out on this model is I believe this is supposed to be the iceberg generator, and I just think it turned out really cool. You can't really see it, but there's like a metallic blue to the fan. I was happy with it. This is the top part of it, which you'll see this on the battleship, but this will give you kind of a close-up. It's all just dry brushing and like details. Top of that we have the icebergs, which I tried to make look dirty because icebergs aren't clean. And I tried hard edge highlighting for the first time ever, which is the white. I think it turned out alright. I'm not unhappy with it by any stretch of the imagination. Then we have the big girl herself, the Borodino class battleship. Again, I'm really happy with how these turned out. Could they be better? Yes. Do I have to go back and put a little bit more time into them? Yes, but overall, they turned out, for me, really nicely. So that's what I've been up to this week. nothing super exciting, but I did get stuff painted, which makes me happy. I have just a few more ships for the Russians, and then I have my Americans and my Antarcticans to paint, and some Infinity stuff. And then I don't know where I'll go from there, but hopefully you guys like the video. Comments, critiques, just full-blown negative feedback on my paint job, feel free to leave it in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time here on Bullshit Games.